ground forces to make any more gains. The losses they've suffered over the past year, enormous casualties, and to achieve nothing. The increasing ability of Ukraine now to strike targets deep inside of Russia, particularly going after oil and gas infrastructure or shipyards, these kinds of things. And then what's gaining more and more attention are what some refer to as the mid-strike attacks that are going after Russian logistics and transportation out to like 200 kilometers. So that really has immediate impact on the front line, whereas the longer range strikes, of course, will take longer to achieve their effect, but nonetheless, that dries up Russia's ability to export oil and gas, which is what pays for the war. So really a multi-domain, multi-tiered approach by the Ukrainians.
And can you just explain us a little bit more about how Ukraine is making that impact, collapsing the Russian military from behind by cutting off the near rear on the battlefield? How exactly is it doing it?
So, you and I have talked before about that war is a test of will, but also a test of logistics. And even in modern drone warfare, you still have to have resupply. You have to have ammunition. You have to have rations. You have to have fuel. You have to have the stuff that's needed to fight the war. You have to get it up where it can be used. And what Ukraine has done is not only create this sort of kill zone that's 20 to 50 kilometers wide, where nobody can move in there without being detected and chased down by some FPV drone, but they also now are doing what our air forces used to do in the Cold War days, something called battlefield air interdiction, where you're attacking targets that are 100, 150, 200 kilometers behind the so-called front line. And this makes it very, very difficult for the Russian side to marshal any convoys, the logistics, the ammunition that's required. It makes it very difficult, or to go in the other way to get casualties out of there. So I think that's what they've developed, is the ability to find things, those kind of targets, and they've got the capacity now to hit them. Where it's most, for me, most intriguing is what they're doing in and around Crimea. I think people who follow your program are familiar with the geography now and understand why Crimea is so important. But the big Kerch Bridge, which I do look forward to seeing that go into the water one of these days, but it's been damaged enough that it cannot really carry or bear the weight of heavy traffic. So the Russians really depend on the land corridor that runs along the northern side of Azov Sea that connects to Crimea. And that thing is completely within reach of Ukrainian mid-strike drones. So in other words, one of the principal lines of communication that carries logistics to Russians, not only in Crimea, but in that southern part of Ukraine, is now getting hammered every day. Very difficult for truck convoys to bring logistics, even there.